Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Father Mel for allowing me to speak with you during this weekend as part of the Mission Appeal program. And thank you for your hospitality, Father. Thank you also for your encouragement and your sharing. As he said at the beginning, I'm from Madagascar. And he said my name, Meme, that's a short one, but my real name is a little bit longer. Romuald Raku Tundraibe. So it's okay if you cannot repeat it. At least you heard it once. And I'm here today to share with you what the church in Madagascar looks like. And perhaps this will put you in contact with the reality and some of the needs of the local church there. And it is an impoverished church, and I'm here to ask for your help and your support for its mission. I belong to the congregation of our missionaries of Our Lady of La Salette. It's a congregation founded in France after the apparition of Blessed Mother at La Salette in the Alps, in the southeastern part of France. And my congregation came to Madagascar in 1899. So last year we celebrated the 125th anniversary of our presence in Madagascar. Madagascar is a big island. Yeah, maybe many of you have not heard of it, but because it's a French colony, so sometimes we speak French there, so we are not well known in the English-speaking countries. Madagascar is a big island located in the southeastern coast of Africa, about 250 miles from Africa, the continent. And Madagascar has a lot of unique plants and animal species which are found nowhere else in the world. But we don't have zebra, we don't have lion, we don't have elephants as shown in the movie. Yeah. And unfortunately, those animals and plants, unique plants, they are also endangered. Madagascar has 80% of the endemic orchid species in the world. And so they are endangered because of deforestation, because of the extreme poverty in which they live. People in Madagascar use a lot of natural resources to survive. In fact, most of them still have to cook their daily meals over wood fires, and this accentuates the deforestation problem. The Catholic Church came to Madagascar a little over 200 years ago, and it was no easy task for missionaries from different parts of the world to bring the gospel of Jesus to a people who have never heard of him. But today, through their zeal and the dedicated work of many missionaries and religious from different countries, the church is implanted and continues to grow. Little statistics, today about 25% of the population is Catholic, with another 20% belonging to other Christian denominations, and less than 5% is Muslim. And the rest, about half of the population, they're still animists, people who believe in the spirit which animates the whole nature. And this was also the religion of my ancestors before they learned about Christ. So the first challenge for the church in Madagascar was and still is evangelization, the first evangelization, preaching the gospel of Jesus to a people who have never heard of him. And the missionaries take this as their first duty and their first mission. They reach out to people no matter where they live. Some live in large cities and towns, but many live in small villages far from the cities. And it's not easy to get there because we don't have a nice highway like here. You have sometimes to cross rivers and where there are a lot of crocodiles and everything, and sometimes you have you see them and then you just pray. Yeah, but those distance and difficulties of travel don't stop those zealous priests and religious from implanting the faith, organizing small faith communities, and building churches in those places. One of the major elements that can destroy poverty is education. And therefore, education is a major preoccupation of our community in Madagascar. By education, I mean not only schools for children and youth, but also catechism and teaching about hygiene. Yeah, so many children die in Madagascar because of a lack of hygiene. And most of them die before their first birthday. So providing them with clean water with the projects for well projects or borehole projects, and teaching them how to use it is a primary concern for healthcare. The church works a lot for the sick in Madagascar by building dispensaries, which are small clinics for the poor, and by providing primary care. And I remember when I was in Madagascar, I used to work in a small parish in the bush, and one afternoon, the sisters who ran our clinics in our parish came to me and asked me if I would be able to, if I can bring a woman to the next bigger town, because she came to the clinics and there was a complication. She was in labor, and she needed more care. So I took the mission car and I drove her to the next town. But unfortunately or fortunately, she delivered in the car. And as a priest, you are expected to be an ambulance driver, primary care provider, and nurse too. So, but she and her baby are safe, so thank to God. So the population in Madagascar is very young. We have about 60% of the population between 13 and 25 years old. And the same is true for the church. So those young people need special care and education if the future of the church and the country is to be assured. That is why we spend a lot of time, energy, and resources on schools. Our community in Madagascar, in every parish we have at least a primary school. Some parishes we have high schools, and so this afternoon I would like to share you another problem regarding the formation of candidates for the priesthood. Because of poverty, most parents cannot pay tuition for their sons who want to become priests. So either they succeed in finding someone to sponsor them, to help them, or their vocation is lost. That's why my congregation must pay almost the tuition of young men, all the candidates who show a real sign of vocation. My own life is a perfect example of this. More than 40 years ago, it was in 1984, I approached Father Donald Pelletier and spoke of my desire to become priest. At that time, he was my pastor, and he is a La Salette missionary from the States. And but later, he became the bishop of the diocese. Unfortunately, he died of a car accident here in the States when he was visiting his family. He wanted to send me to a diocesan seminary, which was 600 miles away from my hometown. And the country was in a very bad economic turmoil at that time, and my parents could pay neither for my trip nor the seminary tuition. I had been studying in a local free public high school at that time. So there was an even greater problem. The seminary couldn't accept me, but they didn't investigate. I was not that bad, but because of a limited space. So Father Donald asked me if I would be interested in joining the La Salette community. So after several days of prayers and reflection, I decided that yes, I would be glad to enter the La Salette Seminary. So I applied and was accepted. For the next several years, 12 years exactly, I was able to pursue my vocation, to study, and to prepare myself for the ministry of priesthood. I was ordained in 1996. So I remember during those seminary years, wearing clothes and receiving things that had been sent by people like you from the United States for the mission. And I like to tell this story. We don't play baseball in Madagascar. So, but we received those hats, caps, and for us, they were strange. And especially when you don't know what they meant with the letters, like C, A, and NY, and B, and STL, and O. But we wore them all. So when I came to the States, I told the story to my brothers in the community in Boston area. So they told me I committed a mortal sin because I told them that I used to wear a Yankees cap. But my first real contact with the United States came from those things, which helped me to become who I am today. And especially from those containers that had been sent to the mission from our mission office in St. Louis. And now, little did I think that I would live there. Now I'm living at our mission office in St. Louis. I was assigned there for a few months ago. So it's amazing how God is preparing us to His mission. And I'm here today to ask for your help. I'm knocking on your door. I'm knocking on your pocket to ask you to contribute. And with your help, your support, many people will know more about Jesus Christ, not only in Madagascar, but in the different parts of the world. Many children will have a tuition for their studies, and many people will have clean and hygienic water, and they will have a better health. And many candidates will have tuition for the seminary studies, and who knows, they will become like Father Mel and Father Sonny, they will become missionaries later. So we'll have a second collection, and your help and your supports are very welcome. Thank you very much.